at Cabana's Field for the Elite 8 round of the State High School Softball Playoffs. Your Lady Panthers taking on the Lady Panthers of San Antonio O'Connor. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Mike Gonzalez, bringing you all of the action from this game. Hope you guys are kicking back, sitting back, doing whatever you are doing, getting ready to enjoy this one because we are excited. This is going to be a great one. It's going to give you the starting lineups for both ball clubs. Your Lady Panthers are the visiting team, and we'll give you their batting order in just a second. Defensively, San Antonio O'Connor will line up like this. A.J. Sanchez in left, Caitlin Rodriguez in center. In right is going to be Ella Salinas. At third base, Haley Carter. At second base, Jada Munoz. At first base, Ella Gonzalez. The shortstop is Leanne Good. Behind the plate doing the catching is Miko Dominguez, and in the circle for San Antonio O'Connor is Sammy Portillo. Your Lady Panthers will be batting first as the visiting team. They'll be batting in this order. Leading things off will be the shortstop, number 5, Lexi Escamilla. Batting second is the third baseman, number 4, Alexis Solis. Batting third is the catcher, number 27, Jules Garcia. Batting in the cleanup spot is the pitcher, Katia Reyes. Batting fifth, playing second base is number 34, Mia Rodriguez. Batting sixth is the first baseman, number 22, Romy Nunez. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 10, Stacy Bautista. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 18, Julie Rodriguez. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 9, Elizabeth Craig. That is the starting lineup and batting rotation for your Lady Panthers of Weslaco High School.
And the numbers on Sammy Portillo, 21-0 so far this season. She's thrown 97 innings altogether. She has a 0.87 ERA, has 12 earned runs, has struck out 146, has walked 48, has allowed only 1 home run the whole season. And she's going to move on to play at the next level, Joe. And she's going to start off against Lexi Escamilla, who in the postseason is batting .211 with 3 homers. That we talked about the big one in Game 1 last week with 7 RBIs and has a team-leading 6 walks.
So Lexi Escamilla, the shortstop for your Weslaco Lady Panthers. Number 5 will be the leadoff batter and get things going here as we get set for first pitch from the Lady Panthers of San Antonio O'Connor. She is in the batter's box. Let me give you the umpiring crew. Wayne Fernia is the home plate umpire. L.A. Dupree at first base. Anthony Romano at second base. And Don Milborn at third place. That is the first pitch, and the first pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1.
And last week, Lexi was a 1 for 5 in the series. We talked about her home run, 2 RBIs, had a walk and scored once.
Well, Portillo gets the first one in there for strike 1. Second pitch, a riser, swing and a miss, strike 2. And you could tell she liked it because she gave a little fist bump right after that pitch.
Yeah, it's a young lady. I'm just looking at her, has good physical stature and big and strong right-hander.
That one is a little high for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Lexi Escamilla. Sun is still up as we begin the ball game here. Wind is blowing straight out to center field. Little changeup, and Lexi is frozen in the batter's box, watches it go by for strike 3.
Yeah, a very good pitch there by Portillo. You just give her credit there. She came with 3-4 fastballs to start the game, and at that time came with a little off-speed changeup, as you mentioned, and fooled Escamilla for the first out of the inning.
And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Alexis Solis.
And she's second in the team with a .464 batting average, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Team leading 6 doubles, has walked twice, and this is in the playoffs.
Inside corner, strike 1. We talked about the wind blowing out to center field. It's blowing at about 13 miles an hour tonight. Not really gusting as we've seen in games past. It's 84 degrees this evening, and as I mentioned, the sun is still out, so as it goes down, I'm pretty sure it's going to cool down just a bit. 0-1 count to Solis. That one just a bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I'm looking at the infielders. I see the corners kind of coming in a little bit. They think perhaps Alexis may do a little something early in this game, but we've seen her hit the ball. She can go long ball as well.
Swung on, fouled back. Strike two. You know, we mentioned that the flags are blowing out to center field, and the bat broke. I thought it had just slipped out of her hand because I saw the bat on the ground, but I didn't notice that it had broke in half.
I don't know if I've seen that in softball before, to be honest.
Well, these bats are made of different types of materials. You've got different compounds, and sometimes they're two different materials that are joined together. And so I'm guessing that could have been the issue because it is a clean break.
Yeah, right through the middle, it looked like, right?
Yeah, so to me, it seemed like it's separated.
So is it, are they able to put it back together, or is it a lost cause?
I am not sure. There's probably some kind of epoxy that these bat manufacturers utilize, and I'm pretty sure they may have to send it back. Swung on, fouled back. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That time Portillo came with a pitch down low, and Alexis was chasing but was able to stay alive, making some contact there and fouled it off.
Yeah, we talked about the breeze blowing out to center field and the flags blowing out, but one thing that we need to notice is that they are being flown at half-mast. Of course, you know, all of this is in tribute to what happened in Uvalde a couple of days ago. That pitch outside, even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And as I say that because we've got a couple of fans here with signs that say pray for Uvalde, and they are in our prayers and in our thoughts each and every day as they deal with what they had to deal with. And they'll deal with it for a while. Swung on, fouled back, count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Alexis Solis doing a really good job at the plate, making Sammy work for this one.
Yeah, I mean, just like we've talked about throughout the playoffs, the roster consists of 9 sophomores, but we've seen players like Alexis really uplift her game, and part of it is fighting the count.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The ball is on the ground. She runs to first, and they get her as the catcher picks it up, fires it to first. First baseman Ella Gonzalez almost dropped it. Well, she did drop it, was able to get it on 1 hop, and that partly due because it's a rubberized floor.
I was just about to mention, being that they're playing in this kind of synthetic turf instead of in grass, you wonder if had we played at a different field like Weslaco, would have taken that kind of bounce.
Right. That's my thought exactly, Mike, and that's why I said that it bounced right back into her glove. Had it been dirt, I think it would have just stayed on the ground. There may have been a free base for Alexis, but nonetheless, it goes down as a strikeout, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Jules Garcia.
The hottest hitter on the team with a .538 batting average to lead the team. Also leads the team with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs, has walked 5 times with 1 double.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. That was a fastball. And I heard that glove pop up here.
Oh, yeah, and some dirt might have popped out as well through the mitt there. But Jules was 3 out of 7 with a homer and 3 RBIs last week. Hit a line drive home run in game 1, I think.
Yeah, I think that one you could probably time it from 0 to 60. That's how fast it got out of the park, that line drive homer that she hit.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen home runs that have gone way up there and disappear, but hers was just a line drive that went out like, 2 or 3 seconds?
Yeah, maybe even less.
Maybe even less, absolutely.
It probably got a speeding ticket on the way out. But nonetheless, that second pitch misses for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball and a 1 strike to Jules Garcia. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
I know the Lady Panthers haven't seen a pitcher like Portillo all year long. I mean, they've seen very good pitching, but, you wonder how long it's going to take for them to adjust to Portillo, who's just bringing the heater in most of her pitches.
Fouled back, count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Your average fastball is what, about 60 miles an hour? We're not going to know how fast she's pitching there, but, you got to react pretty quick.
Yes, that you do. And I know they've done it like in Little League when Little League pitchers pitch about 50, 60 miles an hour, and they time it towards, because of the shorter distance to what it would be in Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sammy Portillo as she strikes out the side. So there was no runs, obviously no hits, nobody left on. And we played half an inning here at Cabinets Field. The Lady Panthers of Weslaco not able to produce any runs in their half of the first inning. The Lady Panthers of O'Connor will come to the plate.
Show you're proud to be a Panther. Clap your hands. Deadlock. Show you're proud to be a Panther. Let's go Panther. Let's go Panther. Show you're proud to be a Panther.
Let's go ahead and give you the batting order for San Antonio O'Connor. They'll lead things off with the shortstop, number 7, Leanne Good. Batting second is going to be the second baseman, number 12, Jada Munoz. Batting third is number 10, the first baseman, Ella Gonzalez. In the cleanup spot is going to be the catcher, Miko Dominguez. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 17, Sammy Portillo. Batting sixth in left field, A.J. Sanchez. Batting seventh, Ella Salinas. She is the right fielder. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Haley Carter. And batting ninth is number 19, the designated player, Trinity Lunsford. Defensively, your Lady Panthers will line up like this. In left field, Julie Rodriguez. In center field, Lola Reyes. In right field, Elizabeth Craig. Third baseman is Alexis Solis. At second, Mia Rodriguez. At first, Romy Nunez. Shortstop is Lexi Escamilla. Behind the plate doing the catching tonight, Jules Garcia. And in the circle, Katia Reyes.
And the numbers on Kat is 7-0 in the postseason with a 0.575 ERA. Very impressive.
First pitch is swung on. This is tailing foul, and it lands in foul territory for strike one.
She's thrown 48 2/3 innings pitched, 80 strikeouts, has walked 15, has allowed 25 hits, and has only been credited with 4 earned runs. And last week was 2-0, had 2 complete games, and had 17 strikeouts in 12 innings of work.
That second pitch missing low for ball one. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Leanne Good.
And this young lady, Joe, is very good. She's probably their best player on the team. She's second on the team with a .494 batting average, tied with 7 homers, 28 RBIs, has 15 doubles and 5 triples, and is an excellent defender at shortstop.
Yeah, typically you'll see your best athlete on the ball club playing shortstop, and that's where she's playing. And, of course, you always have the speedy player leading things off, and she's there. So that speaks volumes of her.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I found interesting is that she's the leadoff hitter. I mean, I've seen coaches do different things. I mean, I've seen their best player hit like number 3 spot, number 4 spot, depending on their power.
That pitch is swung on center field. Lola backs up just a few steps and makes the grab for out number 1.
And that's a big out right there, Joe, because one of the things that in doing my research, and I had a chance to talk to Coach Jesse Garza from Los Fresnos, who played O'Connor in the area around, he said the top 4 hitters are going to be key to slowing down this team, especially the leadoff hitter. And that was a line drive right to the young freshman there, Lola Reyes, who made probably one of the best catches you'll ever see in the playoffs.
Yeah, last week that was a gorgeous catch. That's going to bring up the second baseman, number 12, Jada Munoz. First pitch outside for ball 1.
And Jada comes in with a .427 batting average, and this is throughout the whole season with 7 homers, 20 RBIs, and has 9 doubles.
Second pitch outside, ball 2.
And so in talking to Coach Garza, one of the things he mentioned on top of they're very aggressive is that includes when they hit the ball, say to the outfield for a base hit, they're very aggressive at going to first and think about going to second if, say, they don't throw the ball to the infield right away. So that's something to keep an eye on. The outfielders are going to have to really get the ball, make sure to throw it to the second base, make sure that they don't go further than that, because a very aggressive team with very good speed.
Second pitch is swung on and missed. Count is now 2 balls and a strike to the batter, Jada Munoz. Guys on the outside corner for strike 2. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Kat, the senior, she's just been fun to watch throughout the playoffs and throughout the 4 years at Weslaco High School.
Little high, ball 3. Count is full, 3-2.
I mean, we saw her in game 1 get out of a lot of jams. when something didn't go right, and yet the right-hander was still able to get those big outs.
Not sure what's going on in the Weslaco Panther dugout, but the home plate umpire, Wayne Furia, going out there and pointing a couple of things, and I think he wanted all the coaches inside the dugout because now they're all inside the dugout. So here comes a full count pitch. The payoff, it is outside for ball 4, and the first base runner of the ball game is on, Jada Munoz, via a walk, and that'll bring up the 3-hole Ella Gonzalez, the first baseman.
And the numbers on Ella, team leading 506 batting average. She also has 7 home runs, 46 RBIs to lead the team, and that includes 11 doubles, 4 triples.
Left-handed batter. First pitch high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Coach Rodriguez told me that O'Connor has a number of left-handed batters in the lineup, and Gonzalez is one of them there, and she has that open batting stance that we were talking about last week, that unique batting stance some hitters use.
That one is in there for strike 1. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Ella Gonzalez. High for ball 2.
So we know Kat has grown up in the sport and has pitched all her life, and Jules has been her catcher since 7th grade.
Swung on, high hit ball to right field. Back goes Elizabeth. She grabs it, tagging up and going to second is Jada Munoz, and head first slide, and she's in there. So, Mike, you talked about the speed on this team and how they will take advantage of taking an extra base when possible. Well, Elizabeth Craig going back all the way to the warning track to make that grab, and tagging was Jada Munoz, and there was no doubt in my mind that she was going to tag.
Yeah, just like we talked about, but a great catch there by Craig, as you mentioned, in the warning track. And Gonzalez just got a little underneath it. The wind was, I was worried it was going to carry it a little bit more, but nice job there in the throw to second base.
Miko Dominguez at the plate. This is the cleanup batter. She's also the catcher, right-handed batter. First pitch missing for ball 1.
Yeah, she's only a freshman, Joe, but she had a big game last week. She drove in 2 runs and scored a third in the one-gamer last week against Round Rock. O'Connor has had a couple of series where we see a ball there of one-gamers.
Yeah, we have noticed that they have had one-game series, and sometimes that helps out with rest, and of course sometimes, you know, it makes things difficult. But nonetheless, that second pitch misses. 2-0 is the count to Miko Dominguez. Swung on, fly ball. Craig coming in this time, and she makes the grab for out number 3. The O'Connor Lady Panthers get no hits, but they do get a runner on via a walk. She advances to second on a tag, and that's all she can do as the Lady Panthers get the third out with the second pop fly to right field. And the Lady Panthers, there is no score here in Corpus. We head to the second inning. You're enjoying Weslaco Lady Panthers softball right here on K-West.
At Weslaco ISD, we teach our students in pre-K and kindergarten the fundamentals of reading by making it fun so they enjoy learning. Students in first grade are reading chapter books. It starts with pre-K and kinder, then a whole new world opens up with music, robotics, art, folklorico, swimming. Weslaco ISD students can accomplish anything. We know because we have seen the success in our students over time.
Weslaco ISD, learning in person in a safe, clean environment or online with the latest technology provided by WISD. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making and still the right choice with safety in mind. Enroll now.
And we head to the second inning, and your Lady Panthers will bring Katia Reyes, Mia Rodriguez, and Romy Nunez to the plate. Pitcher For your Lady Panthers, of course, as we've been talking about, is Katia Reyes, and she'll lead things off here in the second inning.
She was 0 for 6 last week, but did have an RBI and scored runs, and yet she's still batting .391 in the postseason with 1 homer and 10 RBIs, second on the team with 3 doubles and a triple.
So the first pitch to Katia misses for ball 1.
Well, the point I was going to make, Joe, before O'Connor ended the inning was that Katia, you know, she has that demeanor, that serious look, and is able to get out of any circumstance, and did a great job last week, and she's just been doing that throughout the postseason.
Yeah, the second pitch is low for ball 2, 2-0 count to Reyes. So not sure what kind of scouting report they have on Reyes, but O'Connor, Portillo not gunning anywhere near the strike zone on the first 2 pitches. That one is in there for strike 1.
Now they look like an inside fastball to the inside corner there. Well delivered by Portillo.
So the count is 2 balls and a strike to Kat Reyes. Swung on, hit hard to left field. It goes over the left fielder, A.G. Sanchez's head, and it's at the wall, bounces off the wall, and Kat Reyes is at second base with a leadoff double here in the second inning.
She was hitless last week, but came out there with a great hit there. You saw the right fielder there take a few steps forward and then lost it there, and Kat was able to get a great contact on the bat there and is on with a leadoff double.
And that's going to bring up Mia Rodriguez.
And she was 0 for 6 last week as well, but did walk twice and did a great job working the count.
Yeah, she did a really good job making the pitchers really work last week. First pitch in there for strike 1.
And she has 1 homer in the playoffs, and that came against Harlan in game 1. I believe it was game 1 with 4 RBIs. Has 1 double.
Shows bunt, brings the bat back, and that pitch missing outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Mia Rodriguez.
And you saw Mia there looking at her father, Coach Mario Rodriguez there.
And home plate umpire Fernia looking over to Dupree as the catcher Dominguez asking for some help. And Dupree saying she did not go around. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count is 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I was looking at the infield, Joe, and I noticed the first baseman was kind of a little more to her right, maybe about 5 or 6 steps from the bag. And we saw Mia look like she showed bunt right in the first pitch there, so.
That one misses low and outside for ball 2. The O'Connor faithful wanted that one.
So did the catcher.
Yeah, the catcher had gotten down on her knees and tried to bring that glove up. You know, that she does a really good job at positioning her arm differently as like you were mentioning in past games how the catchers bring the glove this way. She tries to position her arm a little differently as to maybe apply some kind of optical illusion for the umpire, not sure. But anyways, that pitch was low and outside, and the count is now full to Mia Rodriguez.
Yeah, great job by Mia working the count there, making Portillo work, and that's what you want to do, is put a little more pressure.
So here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the 4th strikeout for Sammy Portillo here in this ball game.
And she came back with that fastball, probably took a little something out of it and got Mia swinging there.
And that'll bring up the first baseman, Romy Nunez.
And that she comes off a great series last week. Well, she was only 1 for 4 actually, but did hit a monster home run with 2 RBIs, walked twice, and is batting .353 in the postseason.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And I actually talked to her after the game in game 2, and she was holding that ball. And I asked her, I go, what are you going to do with the ball? She's like, I'm going to have it in my room somewhere so that I can look at it and just remember what that was like and just make her realize how special that is and that she has the capability when given the opportunity to step up when needed. And that was a big-time home run. That was a big-time – they went very far. Let's just put it that way.
Strike 2, 0-2 is the count to Nunez. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is out number 2. And strikeout number 5 for Portillo.
Yeah, and that came in 3 pitches. Strike 1, strike 2, and then struck out swinging.
So that's going to bring up Stacy Bautista, the designated player.
And she has a 346 batting average, 1 homer, 10 RBIs. Walked twice last week in the series.
First pitch in there for strike 1.
You talk about 5 seniors, Joe, that had a little ceremony this morning. She was one of them. They had a little ceremony for the 5 seniors because they're not going to be at their actual graduation tomorrow night.
Outside ball 1. What a special treat for them today, wasn't that?
Yeah, it was. It was great. I had the pleasure to be there along with Val Zamora, who did the shooting for K-West, and we had all the seniors on hand, administrators, obviously the principal, Ms. Yvette Morales there, the members of the school board, including board president Armando Cuellar, and Dr. Dino Coronado also was there, said a few words. And what really touched me, Joe, was what Coach Roy Stroman said, just about how not only are you going to take this experience here and represent Weslaco and the Valley, but you're going to take it in real life. Basically what they're experiencing here, you're going to take it out in the real world. And his message was basically like, you're ready for the real world.
Strike 2, ball 2 balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Stacy Bautista.
And I really loved how Coach Stroman also said that it's not so much I'm paraphrasing a little bit, we have a strikeout.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to do it for your Lady Panthers in the top of the second inning. A leadoff double, but that's all they could produce because right after that, it was 3 straight strikeouts, and that is strikeout number 6 for Sammy Portillo. O'Connor coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Still no score here at Cabanoff's Field.
Before Dania Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Dania Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dania Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. The O'Connor Lady Panthers of San Antonio will send batters 5, 6, and 7 to the plate here in the bottom of the second. Sammy Portillo, A.J. Sanchez, and Ella Salinas due up.
And Portillo comes in with a .311 batting average, has 4 homers, 23 RBIs, and that includes 6 doubles.
Little off-speed pitch. That one misses a little low and outside for ball 1.
The Lady Panthers are looking to become or go to the state tournament for the second time in program history. The only other Valley program to do that is San Benito.
That one is in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Portillo.
And I remember, Joe, when the Lady Panthers made it in 2016 and were getting ready for their game against Pearland, I saw a couple of San Benito fans there wearing the San Benito shirts, but cheering for the Lady Panthers.
Outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes is now the count on Sammy Portillo. So here comes the 1-2. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Portillo.
You talk about, Joe, throughout the playoffs, how the outside pitch, you have a few pitches to spare there, and they were just trying to get Portillo to chase.
Swung on, fly ball to left field. Rodriguez going back and about 2 steps in front of the warning track makes the grab for out number 1. So that's the third straight fly ball. I mean, the fourth fly ball via an out for that Katia Reyes has produced.
Yeah, and that was hit to Jolie Rodriguez out in left field, who's done an outstanding job as a leader on this team. And she's also the other pitcher. And one of the things that Coach Rodriguez would tell me is that on some other teams, she would probably be the ace of the staff. But they're riding with Katia, obviously. But Julie is a very good pitcher as well.
That's going to bring up the left fielder for O'Connor, A.J. Sanchez. First pitch missing for ball one.
And the numbers for A.J. Sanchez, 277, 2 homers, 24 RBIs, tied for second on the team with 3 triples and 2 doubles.
Swung on, fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanchez.
So up to this point, Joe, we've seen, 5, 6 batters, and all of them have made contact. We had a liner to center fielder and some flyouts there. But, right now the Lady Panthers are playing pretty good defense.
That they are, and speaking of making contact, there was no contact on that one. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes to A.J. Sanchez. Outside, count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two is the count to A.J. Sanchez. Swung on, foul ball, died down just the line of foul territory, first base. Romy Nunez just had to move over maybe about 5, 6 steps to go grab that one. Maybe not even that many. But the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on, that's a base hit right over the head of the third baseman, Alexis Solis. And as you talked about earlier, Mike, they need to get the ball in quickly. Julia Rodriguez wasted no time getting the ball to the cutoff. And that is the shortstop, Lexi Escamilla, and that'll bring up Ella Sanchez, the right fielder.
And the numbers on Ella, number 22, 333 batting average with 2 homers, 24 RBIs.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Runner at first in A.J. Sanchez. Ella Salinas, is in the batter's box for O'Connor. First pitch, just a bit high. Ball 1. Waiting for a sign there, didn't get one, so that has to be ball 1.
Yeah, sometimes the umpire will kind of look to the side or look up or look somewhere else. He just stood there. So
outside, ball 2.
And some umpires are more vocal than others as well. So if they don't move, sometimes we'll hear them.
But as we learned last week, sometimes they're very delayed in the call. So 2-0 count to Salinas. That one catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Nice pitch there by Kat, getting the outside corner there. It was 2-0, so now it's 2-1 as we see Salinas taking the pitches.
That one missed high and outside for ball 3.
When we talk about the aggressiveness of O'Connor, well, they send Sanchez here on a potential hit and run.
Inside corner, strike 2, so the count is now full. Salinas looked like she was ready to turn that bat inside. And what I mean turn it inside is toss it into the dugout, but the home plate umpire said that is strike. So the count is now full. 1 out, runner at first. Swung on, right field. This is going to be in foul territory, but Craig coming in quickly, but it falls in front of her, and it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So we've seen O'Connor not afraid to go the opposite side either. That was right down the first base line, but foul. And Craig gave it a good run.
And that is ball 4. And now O'Connor with 2 runners and one at first, one at second, and one out here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up Haley Carter, the third baseman.
And that also brings up Coach Mario Rodriguez for a visit on the mound. We saw this last week multiple times there. He just wants to make sure that everybody is in the right page there. We do know that there's only one out, so there's potential opportunities for double play, and you can get it, going to third base, or you can get it at second and first for a double play. There's going to be a force out in third, second, and first. And so I know that's what they're going over right now. There's always a plan. And then now it's a matter of, are we on the right page?
Well, Carter at the plate for the O'Connor Lady Panthers with runners at first and second and one out here in the bottom of the second. Still no score between the Lady Panthers of Weslaco and San Antonio.
And Carter is a sophomore hitting .250 on the year with 1 homer and 16 RBIs and does have 5 doubles.
So here comes the first pitch to Carter. Swung on, fouled back, out of play, strike 1.
So Carter took a good whack at it. That was probably a little inside.
Please turn that foul ball to the nearest dugout.
So 0-1 to count to Carter. One out here in the bottom of the second. Swung on, fly ball, center field, back goes Reyes, and out goes that ball into center field parking lot, and it's 3-0 O'Connor over your Lady Panthers.
That was a fastball right down the middle, and Carter took advantage of an 0-1 pitch. There was no doubt about it. And the Lady Panthers of O'Connor strike first, 3-0.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned she only had 1 on the year, and that's her second one, and no bigger time and no bigger stage to hit your second home run of the season.
And that's RBIs 17, 18, and 19 for the young sophomore.
So that'll bring up the 9th hitter in the lineup, the designated player, Trinity Lunsford.
Now batting, the designated player, number 19.
The number's on her. She's only a freshman, first of all. She's hitting .275 with a 1 homer, 11 RBIs, and has 3 doubles on the season.
Umpire going to the dugout to grab some fresh softballs. So he's back. So we'll get back to live action. Lunsford coming back into the batter's box. One out here in the bottom of the second, 3-0 O'Connor over Weslaco. First pitch swung on, fouled back, strike 1.
But like what we've seen Katia do after situations like this, we've seen her bounce back. She doesn't get fazed by an early deficit or allowing some runs early in the game.
Nothing in 1 to count to Lunsford. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2 is now the count.
Yeah, aside from maybe one batter, Joe, everybody else has been pretty aggressive at the plate, just like we heard and thought.
Just outside for ball 1.
I know a few of the Weslaco fans wanted that pitch.
Yes, they did. 1-2 count to Lunsford. Swung on, hit hard to left field. Going over there is Rodriguez. It's in the corner. She quickly gets that one in, and safely sliding into second is Lunsford with a double.
That was a 1-2 pitch off the wall there, and but great job by Julie throwing it to Lexi there, and Lexi throwing it to second, making sure that Lunsford doesn't go beyond second base.
So 1 out in the inning, runner at second in Lunsford, and we go to the top of the order, and it's Leanne Good. She flew out to center field her first time at plate. This is a fly ball to center field. In comes Reyes, making the call. She makes the grab. No tag by Lunsford, and we now have 2 out.
Yeah, great job there by Reyes, moving to her left side, getting underneath it. Called Craig off that she had it, and did a great job catching it. And as you mentioned, Joe, keeping Lunsford at second base.
So that'll bring up Jada Munoz.
Second baseman number 12, Jada Munoz.
Outside corner, strike 1.
You know, we talk about there's a number of players on the team moving on to the next level, and Munoz is one of them. She's going to play at McNeese State next year.
Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Munoz.
And when I asked Coach Bollier about her, and some of the things that she said about her is that, you know, she's very, very outgoing. She's a big-time competitor. Always has a smile on her face.
Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Munoz.
And she called Munoz the player with the biggest heart on the team. It's a team that's has a lot of competitors that are focused, and then you have some with those personalities that are a little bubbly and outgoing.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And she agreed that that's a nice balance for a team that's gone 28-1 on the season.
So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one misses. The count is now full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner at second in Lunsford. Ball 4. So the second walk issued this inning. And once again, the O'Connor Lady Panthers have runners at first and second. There are 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ella Gonzalez, 0 for 1 tonight, a pop-up to right.
And this young lady will play at Northern Colorado next year. And we mentioned that she comes in as a top hitter on the team with a .506 batting average. And Coach Bollier says that she spends a lot of time in the batting cage trying to perfect the art of hitting.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gonzalez.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Katia can get out of this inning
with no more damage.
With no more damage, yeah, with 2 runners on base.
Hit ball to right field. It's off the fence, and 2 runs are going to score. Gonzalez is on her way to third, and that is a 2 RBI triple for Gonzalez. So 5-0 is the score now.
Yeah, it was a 1-1 pitch, and Craig wasn't sure if it was going to go out or not. She went as far as she could, and it bounced off the wall, tried to get to it as quickly as possible. And Gonzalez hustling all around the bases and ends up at third base. So it's a 5-run second inning.
And that's going to bring up Miko Dominguez, and Miko Dominguez is also the 9th batter of the inning.
And as she fly to Craig her last time up.
Yeah, exactly, she is 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch. Mia Rodriguez jumps up, makes the grab for out number 3. But the Lady Panthers of San Antonio O'Connor get 4 hits. One of them was out of the park. They score 5 runs, and we played 2 here at Cabanagh Field in Corpus Christi. And at the end of 2, it's San Antonio O'Connor 5, your Lady Panthers 0.
Weslaco ISD graduates receive more than $4 million in college scholarships, including dozens who will play college sports. More than 900 received a certification and are ready for the workforce or continuing their education. Over 400 honored graduates will have opportunities to study at top-tier universities. And we are proud of our scholars graduating from medical school, law school, business school, and Ivy League universities. Weslaco ISD, the right choice for high school and beyond.
Well, Mike, a big inning for O'Connor. A couple of really hit balls. A.J. Sanchez, Trinity Lunsford, and Ella Gonzalez, all with really good hits and really good contact.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very impressive because the way they're hitting it, too. They've been line drives, and fortunately the Lady Panthers have made most plays, but O'Connor has gotten the hits that they need to take the lead here, to strike through, get through Katia Reyes. But now it's going to be up to the Lady Panthers of Weslaco for their bats to kind of come alive here and make sure that they can rack up a few runs here.
Well, we head to the top of the third inning, and your Lady Panthers will bring up Julie Rodriguez, Elizabeth Craig, and Lexi Escamilla, as we hope they get things going here.
Well, Julie has been pretty busy out there at left field, and let's see if she could get going at the plate here. She was 1 for 5 with a single and scored last week, and has walked one time in the playoffs.
Swings at that first pitch. It's a fly ball. It's in the infield. Second baseman Munoz calls off the first baseman, makes the grab for out number 1.
Yeah, nice job there by Munoz there, calling the first baseman actually off, and making the catch there for the first out.
And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Elizabeth Craig.
And Craig, off a great series last week, was 3 for 5 with a single, had an RBI double in game 1, is batting .444 in the playoffs with no homers and 7 RBIs altogether.
Outside for ball 1. She has upped her regular season batting average 100 points in the playoffs. You know, from, I think she was a 320 hitter in the regular season. Now you said she's hitting like 440?
In the playoffs.
In the
yeah,
playoffs,
444.
exactly. Swung on, back behind the plate. Catcher doesn't even remove her mask and makes a grab for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the third inning, and now we head to the top of the batting order. Lexi Escamilla, she is 0 for 1 tonight.
And she struck out looking her first time up.
Shortstop, number 5, Lexi Escamilla.
And we've seen her make very good plays defensively. Remember that hit that bounced off Katia's glove, and then she was able to adjust and get the grounder and throw to first.
And get the out.
Yeah,
not only was she able to grab it, throw it, but she was able to get the out. First pitch, missing a little high for ball 1.
Yeah, when that play happened, Joe, I just thought to myself right away that, you know what, it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be when stuff like that unfolds for you and you're able to make those kind of plays. That's what happens in baseball and softball sometimes. And you know, Lola out there at center field making that terrific catch, and then Lexi coming up with that big play defensively. You know, those are the kind of plays that get you here to the Elite 8.
Outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Escamilla. That one on the inside. So the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Escamilla behind the count 1 and 2. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. Good. Picks it up. Fires it to first for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we head to the bottom of the third. That score is San Antonio O'Connor 5, your Lady Panthers 0. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. San Antonio O'Connor will start things off just like they did the last inning, as they batted around 9 in the last inning. So A.J. Sanchez, Ella Salinas, and Haley Carter due up for O'Connor.
Sanchez singled and scored last inning. As you mentioned, she's the one that got everything started in that big second inning.
Bottom half third inning for the O'Connor Lady Panthers. The pitcher, number 17, Sam
Yes.
Portillo.
Led it off with a single to left. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Bottom of the third inning, and the sun is still shining, Mike.
Well, it's what, 7:50 or 7:49 there, so we got about another 15 minutes of daylight before the sun sets here in Corpus Christi.
Swung on and fouled back for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to A.J. Sanchez.
Being that we're going into June and we know the days are longer in the month of June and through the summer months. Some people like it and others don't.
Right.
I'm more of a fan of the winter months when it gets dark early. But I'm kind of funny like that. I love the short days.
A little high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to A.J. Sanchez.
You talk about the wind, Joe. It's still blowing now, but when we were here last week, I mean, it was blowing gusts.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I would say, 30, 35 miles an hour at times. And,
Yeah.
Some of these hitters took advantage of it. And then defensively, some of the players had some problems, catching some of the balls that were hit. But today, it's a little more calmer.
Yeah, 13 miles an hour is what at last checked. And as I mentioned, and then you just pointed out, it's not gusting. That pitch missing to make the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to A.J. Sanchez. Good crowd here tonight. We've had a few more file in since the game has started. And here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And believe it or not, Mike, that's the first strikeout for Reyes.
Yeah, great pitch there by Cat. And through the first 2 going into the third inning now, O'Connor is the one that has won those 3 and 2 counts. They're drawing some walks, but not this time. And Cat coming up with a big strikeout for the first out of the inning.
And that's going to bring up Ella Salinas. She walked her first time at the plate, and, of course, she scored as well as part of that big home run from Carter.
Yeah, she's one of them that walked on the 3 and 2 count there.
Right.
So, yes, great job there by Cat getting the first strikeout of the game.
First pitch missing for ball 1. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Ella Salinas.
You talk about the crowd, Joe. I think we have more people this week than last. Underneath us, we pretty much sell out here underneath us. But then on the side, there's some more bleachers, and there's more people there this week.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike on the batter, Ella Salinas. And as you're pointing out, the crowd makeup, we really didn't have anybody sitting in the lower level last week. And today we've got that part almost completely full. So the count is 2 balls and a strike to Salinas. Swung on, fly ball, right field. Out goes Rodriguez, and she makes the grab. Rodriguez had to go halfway between her and Elizabeth Craig, and she just extended that arm out, and she lunged out, and she was able to secure the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, great hustle there by Mia, as you mentioned, Joe, sticking that glove out, but just not giving up on the play, not giving up, just running, and just making sure that she's able to stick that glove out, and and then Craig was in great position to back her up anyway. So terrific play all around defensively.
That'll bring up Haley Carter. She is 1 for 1 today. She was the one that hit that home run out to center field in the last inning. And that first pitch missing for ball 1.
And we mentioned last week the dimensions of this ballpark, 210 feet to center field.
Swung on. This is going to be a base hit to right field. Rodriguez almost came down with that one. She hustled out there, made a great effort as getting up in the air, and I want to say she may have missed it by just 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah, it was right there and hustled just like a previous batter there, but just this time, Carter was able to get enough of that and went over Rodriguez's hand there for a base hit.
Swung on, fouled back for strike 1.
And Lunsford doubled her last time up. And she was stranded in second base. But O'Connor, I mean, as mentioned, they like going the other way as well.
Yeah, they have done that.
The Cat ahead of the count, 0-2.
That is high. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I made an error and called the wrong name. This is Haley Carter at the plate. She was the one with the home run the last time up. Swung on. This one is hit hard but out of play. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two count to Carter. Outside, count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Cat was coming with a, as you mentioned, breaking ball off speed pitch there. And we know that she likes to throw those fastballs there. Was trying to get Carter there, but didn't chase.
So here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the evening, and that's going to do it for San Antonio. They get 1 runner on, and she stays stranded. And there are no runs come across. We head to the 4th, 5-0. O'Connor on top of Weslaco. Well, we see the Lady Panthers coming out with the cheer paraphernalia, the lady or the baby shark or the mama shark, grandpa shark, I'm not sure who it is. The unicorn, of course, different noisemakers. Trying to get this crowd behind them and get them going here. As we begin the 4th inning, and in the 4th inning, your Lady Panthers will send Alexis Solis, Jules Garcia, and Katia Reyes to the plate.
So we have the meat of the lineup coming up now.
Right.
That we've seen deliver some big hits here in the postseason. Let's see if they can put together a good inning here in the 4th inning.
Leading off with the Frisco Lady Panthers in the top half of the 4th inning. Third baseman number 4, Alexis Solis.
Swung on and fouled off the right side of the field. Making an effort for it is Ella Gonzalez. She runs out of room. Maybe not running out of room, but there's a piece of fence in between the dugout and the rest of the outfield, as I'm looking at there now. So that may have caused a little disturbance there for her. So it lands safely foul, so 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, we do see a lot of space, though, in foul territory, that's for sure.
Swung on, going in the same direction, but this one is going to be out of play.
Please return that foul ball to the nearest dugout.
So the count is 0-2 to Alexis Solis. That one was way outside, and the catcher was asking for something outside. I didn't expect it to be in another zip code, Mike.
Well, it was so far outside that it was in the other side of the batter's box there for a left-handed batter.
But I did notice her sticking her arm out way out here to the side. Wasn't sure what she was doing, but she was asking for pitch outside. Swung on, missed ball on the ground, but a good job by Dominguez to pick it up and fire to Gonzalez to secure the strikeout. So strikeout number 7 for Portillo, and that'll bring up Jules Garcia.
Portillo got Solis to chase the last pitch there. And now Jules with nobody on. We're going to see if she can get the Lady Panthers' second hit of the game.
Yes, sir. That pitch missing low for ball 1.
We mentioned Portillo playing at Incarni Ward. So she gets to stay home, right? Because Incarni Ward's in San Antonio.
You're right, Mike. She will stay home. But I think that they have to live on campus their first year. I'm not sure what that rule is. Especially, I'm not sure if it counts like if you live in town or maybe there's a distance marker, like if you live more than 30 minutes away or 30 miles out. I don't know. Swung on, fouled back, counted 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I do know that there's some kind of freshman rule that you can't live in an apartment. You got to live on campus.
The dorms.
The dorms, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how that works. But I've been hearing that because you got to remember it's been a long time since I've been to college. So 1-2 count to Jules Garcia. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dominguez goes and tags her for safety measure. And now there are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And that's going to bring up Katia Reyes. Had a beautiful double down the left field line, and it went over the head of the left fielder, A.J. Sanchez.
Yeah, she led off the second with that double, but unfortunately the Weslaco Lady Panthers couldn't capitalize.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, Kat was waiting for that one. I can tell the way she swung at it. She anticipated coming, but the fastball went right by her.
So the count is 0-1 to Jules Garcia. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I'm sorry, it's not Jules, it's Katia Reyes. Jules was the previous batter. Apologize for that. 0-2 the count to Katia Reyes. Outside, and again we see that outside pitch in the other batter's box.
Yeah, and you notice the catcher outside, but the pitch came inside, and you wonder if they were just trying to fool Kat there, but didn't fool her at all.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So once again, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Portillo, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. San Antonio O'Connor 5, your Lady Panthers 0.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Well, we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, and O'Connor will send Lunsford, Good, and Munoz to the plate.
And they're playing Sweet Caroline.
I was going to make a comment. The crowd is waiting for that one because
Yeah.
you can see him getting riled up. Here we go.
Dun, dun. Oh, I got ahead of myself a little bit there.
Yes.
But it's the kind of tune, Joe, that you can have people like our age that would sing along to it and that knows it, and then kids maybe 7, 8 years old that will know it as well.
Designated player number 19, Trinity.
Well, I appreciate you including me in the our age thing there. Not sure what the home plate umpire, Fernia, was looking for, but he stepped back, and now he's back. So here comes the first pitch to Lunsford. That pitch is outside for ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lunsford. She is 1 for 1 tonight. Had a double her first time at the plate in the second inning.
Then we have another timeout there. Not sure what it is.
I know there's been a couple of softballs that Katia just hasn't agreed with. So, and I know she tossed that one over to Fernia, and she kind of made some kind of hand gesture. Of course, we can't hear what she's saying.
Then I see Jules over there with the trainer. It looks like they're putting something on her wrist, a glove, I guess, or
taping her wrist.
Yeah, taping, or that's probably what it is, actually. Yeah, because I'm looking at Kat. She's just talking with the infielders.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
from all the players, the catcher's the one that wears the most, and equipment that has to wear a mask, and the little knee pads there, and you got the protection up there in the middle, and then now she's wearing one of those protective things on her left hand there. That's her catching hand. Kind of like what bowlers do sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
wear that protective little glove there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Elite Eight. I mean, she's played a lot of games behind the plate.
And you mentioned she's been doing this since her 7th grade year. And she's been only catcher since the 7th grade year.
It's kind of like John Lester,
Right.
the major league pitcher, always wanted David Ross
Right.
to be his catcher.
Yeah, the only thing I can compare in my personal life is I always want cheese on my hamburger. If not, I
No
don't
cheese,
want it.
no burger.
That's right. No jewels, no pitching. So nonetheless, here we go back to live action. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to Lunsford, who is the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 4th for O'Connor. Swung on, fouled back. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2 count to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th inning, Trinity Lunsford. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is strikeout number 3 for Katia tonight, and the first out of the 4th inning.
I think it's fair to say that since the second inning, I think Katia has settled down, has looked very good in the circle, nice and comfortable. And now we're seeing the Katia that we know, that we've seen the last 4 years, where she's just attacking the hitter and striking out. Well, you mentioned, 3 now on the game?
So that's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Leanne Good. She is 0 for 2 tonight. 2 fly balls to center field. First pitch missing, ball one.
She's been so aggressive at the plate that we haven't said much about her aside from the stats that we gave to start the game. But she's committed to go to UT Austin starting next fall. And very talented, very athletic. She's I had a chance to, I mean, I didn't talk to her, Joe, but she walked by me and she just had that look, that intense look that competitors have before a game. And so when I was talking to Coach Bollier, I was like, you know, she kind of reminded me of how Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant, used to look before a game, just focused, all business.
Mamba mentality.
Exactly. Mamba mentality.
That one is in there for strike one. 3 balls and a strike to good.
And the coach even joked that, you know, she's so competitive that even a game of chess, she brings that same mentality.
Swung on. That's one's going to head out of play for strike 2. So 3-0 count, now 2 strikes, and now the count is full.
And the Cat has done a really good job with this young lady. As we mentioned, she's the best hitter on the team. She's a hit to the freshman Lola Reyes twice.
So here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on. This is going to be the Lola Reyes, and that is caught by Lola. That was a line drive, and Lola moving over to her right, catches it right about the lettering and made it look really easy.
Well, we've seen her do it all. We've seen balls that have gone way up in the air. She'll catch it. We've seen her move to her left and dive for balls, and this time she moved to her right and just stuck the glove out, you know, and it was hit so hard that it was kind of in the middle part of her body there, and just was able to do a great job of catching it for out number 2.
Jada Munoz now at the plate, swings at that one and misses for strike 1. She's been walked twice tonight.
Was stranded at second base in the first, and stranded it at first in the second inning.
Right. Almost thought about swinging at that one, but let it go by for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter, Jada Munoz. Outside for ball 2.
And going back to Lola Reyes, had a chance to go to practice this week, interviewed her, and we talked about that diving catch she made. And I asked her if that was the best play or best catch she's ever had, and she said, oh, yeah, by far. Whoa.
A changeup in there for strike 1. That one had Jada just knee buckled. You know, when we
yeah.
when we talk of basketball, it's an ankle twister. That one just was a knee bender. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to do it. That's a 1-2-3 inning for your Lady Panthers, which include 2 strikeouts for the 4th strikeout of the night for Katia Reyes. And no runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 4 here in Corpus. And at the end of 4, it's San Antonio O'Connor 5, your Lady Panthers nothing.
In 1921, 100 years ago, WISD started educating the area children. Bring 2 sack lunches and tools to help clear a field for athletics, the notice said. Buildings from the early years serve as a reminder of how far we have come. Through all the history and over time, educating students, expanding horizons, changing the world, helping build this community. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making, and still the right choice.
Well, we head to the top of the 5th inning, and your Lady Panthers will send batters 5, 6, and 7. Mia Rodriguez, Romy Nunez, and Stacy Bautista to the plate. All to continue to face Sammy Portillo.
Mia did a great job working the count against Portillo in the 2nd inning, but struck out swinging.
Yeah, she's done a good job being patient at the plate and really, as you mentioned, Mike, working the counts. And a young lady is just a sophomore, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that is correct.
So very good discipline in the batter's box for this sophomore. First pitch missing for ball 1. Another pitch inside, ball 2.
And just like her first at-bat, I'm noticing 3rd, short, and 2nd playing Well, third playing at the normal position, but short and second playing pretty far back. But the first baseman kind of creeping up a little bit on that side.
Yeah, she's playing just about 2 steps in front of the bag. And so she's playing somewhat shallow. That third pitch missing for ball 3. So 3 straight pitches missing the mark. And now the count is 3-0 to Mia Rodriguez.
Yeah, and you know, the Lady Panthers of Weslaco, they need some base runners. And a great opportunity here for Mia. Just find a way to get on base.
That one is in there for strike 1, 3-1 count. Rodriguez steps out. Now she's back in.
We've seen Portillo ahead of the count against most of the batters tonight.
Strike 2.
And you see Mia there kind of going back there and just take a few deep breaths, a few swings. And she knows this is a pretty big at-bat, being that we're in the 5th inning, down 5 runs.
Looked over to the coach. Coach just really gave her a nod. Breaking ball in there for strike number 3, and she really fooled her, just like we saw Katia fool the O'Connor batter.
Yeah, that was a nice off-speed pitch, and Portillo kind of threw it up there and looked like it was going to be too high. It just went right over the plate there, the heart, for a strikeout there.
So that's 1 out here in the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up Romy Nunez. She is 0 for 1 tonight.
And you talk about sophomores, there's another one for you right there.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And we know what she was thinking there. She was thinking long ball.
So 0-1 to count to Nunez. That one is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter, Romy Nunez. "5-0 here in the 5th. O'Connor on top of Weslaco. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, she might have gotten a piece of that there. I heard like a little clank there. That was, unless I just heard something else, but
maybe cowbell, I don't know, but
right.
There's a lot of cowbells here tonight. But nonetheless, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nunez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Portillo. 11th strikeout of the night.
Right, she's cruising along, only giving up 1 hit through 4 2/3.
And that's going to bring up the designated player, Stacy Bautista. She is 0 for 1 tonight. Accounts for 1 of those 11 strikeouts. Swung on, fouled back, out of play for strike 1.
And in game 1 last week, I believe it was a 5th inning, where the Lady Panthers broke through.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It was the 5th inning.
And we got some big clutch hitting.
That one is hit hard to right field, and Ella Salinas can't catch up to it. It's off the wall, and safely into second is Stacy Bautista with a 2-out double.
Great job there by Stacy going to the right center field gap there. I was looking at the right fielder there, and she took a few steps but couldn't catch up to it. That was Ella Salinas there. And Bautista with a great piece of hitting there. We're going to have a courtesy runner.
That's going to be Lola Reyes. Designated player being pinch or courtesy run by the flex player. So with 2 outs, runner at second after that double, it's going to bring up Julie Rodriguez. She popped up to the second baseman right here behind first base. That was that one catch where the second baseman, Munoz, had to come all the way over to her left and call everybody off to make the grab. Lights are now on as the sun's beginning to set here in Cabin House Field. First pitch missing outside for ball 1.
And so with 2 outs, again, Julie just needs to find a way to get on base because we have a red-hot hitter on deck. And all you want to do is give her an opportunity.
That pitch inside for ball 2. So we're starting to see Portillo get behind in the count here in this inning.
Very similar to last week. Very similar with Austin Bowie.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Count is 2 balls and a strike.
You mentioned Lola Reyes at second. Very good base runner with a high IQ.
When it comes to softball, yeah,
exactly.
You're absolutely right. You know, that is just one big softball family. We were talking, and we've talked a lot about the Escamilla family. You know, with a very high softball IQ, this Reyes family doesn't fall too far behind, and they're pretty much on even level when it comes to that game. Strike 1, 3 balls and a strike to the batter, Julie Rodriguez. That is an off-speed pitch missing high for ball 4, and that is the first walk issued by Portillo tonight.
Excellent job there by Julie, taking those pitches, working the count there, and mentioned just get on base. Just get on base and let your top hitters give them an opportunity, and that's what we have here with Elizabeth Craig. As we mentioned, she hit a big RBI double last week. So now, here in the 5th inning, there's 2 on with 2 outs. And then we have another courtesy runner.
Emily Galvan.
In the first base, number 3, Emily Galvan.
Emily Galvan, another sophomore on this ball club.
Runners on first and second.
A lot of underclassmen on this team, as you mentioned, Mike. Just 5 seniors. So Galvan coming in the courtesy run for Julie Rodriguez. And the right field, Elizabeth Craig, popped up here behind the plate her last time up at the plate. She is 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, if Elizabeth can get a hold of one, this will fire up the crowd. And you can kind of sense that they're a little anxious. I mean, they're ready to cheer on something. And this young sophomore with a golden opportunity here.
Well, we saw last week, as you mentioned, Mike Bowie. Elizabeth had a great hit. They were playing her a little shallow. This O'Connor team not underestimating. I'm pretty sure they may have seen that film on her and realized and recognized that this young lady does have some pop on that bat.
And I'm wondering what the conference is all about. We see the umpire there take some notes.
Making sure they have the numbers and players accurate. And they've got some kind of PA system up to the box, the press box, because the umpire went and announced. And I know in years past, especially like at a lot of fields, there's no communication between the field and the press box. So a lot of times you don't know where the changes are. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Especially like when you bring in a relief pitcher and or another player and you make some changes in the middle of an inning, we don't know where those changes occurred. You know who the one on the mound is, but the other players, it's hard to tell because they're so far from you. Swung on, hit hard to center field. Rodriguez coming in, makes the grab for out number 3. So a double and a walk, and the Lady Panthers leave 2 stranded. They get no runs here in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 O'Connor on top. Well, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and San Antonio O'Connor will send batters 3, 4, and 5. Ella Gonzalez, Miko Dominguez, and Sammy Portillo to the plate.
Ella tripled and had a 2-run triple actually in the 2nd inning. And a fly to right field her first time up.
Leading off for the O'Connor Lady Panthers in the bottom half of the
Let's see if Kat can continue her strong pitching since the big 2nd inning.
First pitch missing low for ball 1.
Then we notice that Kat has been ahead of the count on most of these hitters since that big 2nd inning. She's only given up 3 hits.
Outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to the batter, Gonzalez. Outside ball 3.
I'm looking at Elizabeth Craig over there in right field, and then she's almost at the warning track. They're respecting her power.
Yeah, this young lady hits the ball hard. As you mentioned, a lot of hours in the batting cage. That one at the knees for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike to Ella Gonzalez. Swung on, fly ball right, left center field. In comes Reyes, and she makes the grab. Reyes had to cover a lot of ground to get to that one.
Yeah, great job hustling to her right side there. And, I was thinking a little bit, Joe, on Lola. She's listed as a utility player. I mean, she can also pitch. But I wonder what Coach Rodriguez is going to do with her next year. I mean, because I love the way she plays at center field. So I wonder, is he going to turn her into a pitcher, being that Kat's going to move on? Or will he keep her at center field? That's going to be something to address next year. But I love watching her play at center field. She does such an outstanding job covering her area.
Breaking ball in there for strike 1. One of the things that I've noticed about Lola is that she's got a really quick jump on the ball. And that's what you look for in the outfielders, is can they react quickly and properly to every hit ball. I know you've mentioned this before, how some of the outfielders maybe take a step in or out before they jump at the ball. That pitch is fouled back for strike 2. That's something we don't see in Lola. We see a really good jump on the baseball.
And what she told me the other day was that the way she reacts to it is just a 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go. Like she kind of counts in her head a little bit there, and I think that's what she does. As soon as she hears the ball, she does such a great job at realizing where it's at and just gets a great jump at it. And she has very good speed as well, on top of having a sensational glove.
That's absolutely correct. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Miko Dominguez. Dominguez, the catcher for this O'Connor ball club.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hitters for O'Connor, and Lola Reyes has made about 4 plays at center field.
That's going to be a base hit to center field. Ball in quickly to the cutoff, Lexi Escamilla. So that's a base hit, and to be honest with you, Mike, that's the first hit in the last 7 batters.
Base hit for Dominguez.
So Kat's done a good job. And I mean, against an offense like this, Joe, you could only slow them down. I mean, they're so disciplined at the plate, and they hit all over the field. And you could only contain them to a certain degree there. And, it, could have been worse. It could have been a double or home run or something. But we see Dominguez take a few extra steps there.
Pitcher Sammy Portillo at the plate. She's pitched a really good ball game here tonight.
Yeah, I've been impressed with her for sure in the circle.
0-1 count to her. Swung on, fouled back. Now the count is 0-2.
Yeah, I think Incarnate Ward is gonna be in good hands with this young lady. You mentioned she's also in the top 30 in the state.
One of the top 30 pitchers in the state of Texas, as you mentioned last week, Mike. They weren't categorized by ranking, just by alphabetical order. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cat gets a strikeout for out number 2, and that's going to bring up A.J. Sanchez.
Yeah, Portillo there, I think, reacted at the last second there on that swing and was too late there. So great job there by Cat on that pitch.
Yeah, just couldn't catch up to it. A.J. Sanchez, the left fielder for O'Connor at the plate with 2 outs. Runner at first in Miko Dominguez. That pitch missing high and inside for ball 1.
And I'm still keeping my eye on Dominguez at first. She'll take those few extra steps, you know, even after the pitch. And we know that Jules has the capability of picking off a runner.
Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, you saw that, Joe, though. She took that pitch and then looked at first right away. And she did that in the regional quarters there. She picked off a runner at third.
Yeah, she did.
And Alexis Solis did an outstanding job getting the throw and the tag.
Outside corner for strike 1. That was a really good pitch.
Very good pitch there by Cat, and great job by Jules positioning herself.
Two balls and a strike to Sanchez. Outside, ball 3.
So you got a 3-1 count with 2 outs.
Swung on, fly ball. Alexis in foul territory. Makes the grab for out the number 3. Just 1 hit for O'Connor. That is from Miko Dominguez. They leave her stranded at first. We go to the 6th. 5-0, O'Connor on top.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Top of the 6th inning. Escamilla, Solis, and Garcia due up for your Lady Panthers. Escamilla 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a ground out is what she's done at the plate tonight. And watches the first pitch go by for ball 1.
Escamilla was the player that hit that go-ahead 2-run homer last week.
That pitch inside, ball 2.
She's the only junior on the roster, so she'll be back next year.
Just noticed that, Mike. Thanks
Yeah.
for pointing that out.
Yeah, and big sister Audrey's playing tonight.
That one low for ball 3.
Yeah, big sister playing in the junior college NCAA World Series.
Nice. And the older sister had to bow out due to injuries.
Right.
So a lot of...
Torn ACL.
Yeah. Strike 1, 3 balls and a strike. A lot of softball in this Escamilla family, as we mentioned earlier. And then you got the Reyes girls as well. So just a lot of young ladies, siblings on this, or have come through this program better yet. That one almost gets Lexi. She moves out of the way, and that is only the 2nd walk issued tonight by Portillo.
Yeah, but the key to this one, though, it's a leadoff walk, and that's a great start for Weslaco.
Yeah, if I'm not, no, the 2nd time tonight that the Lady Panthers are able to get their leadoff batter on, and that's going to bring up Alexis Solis. Alexis Solis 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts, and that one is strike 1.
Yeah, she struck out swinging both times. And, you know, for some of these players, it's the first time facing this kind of competition in their careers, being that they're so young.
That pitch missing for ball one. So the count is 1-1 strike to Solis. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Solis has a lot of room down the third base line. I'm looking at the left fielder, and I'm noticing that she's kind of creeping a little more to her right side.
Foul down the right field side of the park, 1-2.
Sometimes the left fielder will play a little closer to the line there, but young lady over there, AJ Sanchez, is not by a lot, but I mean, let's just say about 4 or 5 steps more to her left.
Yeah, and a lot of times is because when you've got a power pitcher like Portillo, you don't expect a lot of people to pull the ball. So you're going to expect a lot of batters to be behind the pitch. So you're going to expect more hits to this side of the park, which is our right, their left. And that's what you get when you've got a power pitcher, because the bats are coming around later.
Right. So there's not as much room in the gap between left and center, but you do have a good gap between right and center.
That pitch is low, and now the count is full.
So we talk about working the count. This young sophomore, Solis, great job working the count there. And they're just trying to find a way to get on base because we got the heavy-duty hitter on deck.
So here comes the payoff pitch to Solis. Swung on, hit to center field. Back goes the center fielder, and she makes the grab. Escamilla thought that might be a gapper, but Rodriguez really on her horse and had the right angle on it and was able to make the grab for out number one.
Yeah, I mean, give credit to the scouting report there of O'Connor that had her played perfectly. And the center fielder, as you mentioned, took a few steps there, stuck the glove up there and made a sensational catch. That ball was tattooed.
That's going to bring up the catcher, Jules Garcia. She is 0 for 2 tonight.
And you mentioned Escamilla. She was about halfway between first and second there, so she had to hustle back to first there after the catch.
Yeah, so timeout called on the field as O'Connor has a word with the pitcher, and the assistant coach is out there chatting with the infielders.
They do have a couple of pitchers, Joe, on this team. I mean, Portillo is their ace pitcher, but they have a young sophomore, Talia Reyes, that has come into the circle and put in a lot of work. And as a matter of fact, she was the one that got the save last week. But I'm looking over there, and I thought maybe I saw a trainer, but I don't think it's a trainer.
No, it's just both coaches
it's just
out
both
there.
Coaches,
yeah,
right.
One talking to the catcher-pitcher duo, the other's talking to the infield, and now they all head back to the dugout. Coach Rodriguez talking to the batters, Jules Garcia, and of course Katia Reyes, who's due up, and Lexi Escamilla, who's at first base.
Yeah, I mean, Jules is such a dangerous hitter and has a respect of the opponent that you have two coaches out there going, talking to the players, and making sure that everybody's in the right positions.
So Jules Garcia steps into the batter's box with Lexi Escamilla at first base. Coach Rodriguez having a few words out there with Don Milborn. Not exactly sure what they would be discussing, as I really haven't seen anything.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. I'm not sure what the discussion is all about.
So the first pitch to her misses high for ball one.
And the infield is playing back there. The second baseman has 1 foot in the green area and 1 foot Well, both of her feet right now are in the green area, and the shortstop right inside the infield area.
Second pitch missing high as well, ball 2. So 2 pitches way off the mark there, Mike. That's something we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's a great point there. As mentioned, they have other pitchers on the roster, so we don't know how deep Portillo normally goes in a game.
That pitch low, 3 balls and no strikes to Garcia. So remember, the leadoff batter was walked. The last batter popped up to center field, and this batter now, Jules Garcia, is ahead of the count 3-0.
And the Panther fans are, waving their pom-poms and clicking their bells, cheering on Jules. And I was looking at Coach Rodriguez after the last pitch there, and he was just kind of looking down, and I don't know if that's a particular signal to Jules. I don't know if it's a 3-0 green light or not. But this is a pretty big moment here for the Lady Panthers of Weslaco.
So 3-0 count to Garcia. Ball 4, 4 straight pitches, and it's a walk. So 2 batters on via walks here in the 6th inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and that'll bring up Katia Reyes.
Yeah, great job there by Jules taking the pitches there.
And that's going to do it for Portillo, Mike. They're coming out with another player, and my guess is that she's going to the circle. And looks like that's going to be Haley Carter. No, I'm sorry, number 25, 2-5. I saw 1-5. Tivoli Martinez.
Okay, yes.
Tivoli Martinez.
Yeah, she's a young lady, Joe, that I think got the save last week.
She is a sophomore.
She is a sophomore, right. And the numbers on her are 30 innings pitch, 1.87 ERA, has allowed 1 home run this year, has struck out 34. So, yeah, I mentioned Talia Reyes. She is also listed as a pitcher, but Tavali is the one that closed the game last week at Round Rock, or against Round Rock.
Well, looks like she will be the new lady in the circle for O'Connor. So that's going to do it for the starting pitcher, Sammy Portillo. She pitched 5 1/3 innings, gave up only 2 hits, no runs, but these 2 runners on base belong to her.
Yeah, they belong to her. She's responsible for it. And let's see if Kat Reyes can get the goose egg out for Weslaco. She's done a great job at the plate.
She's 1 for 2 tonight. She had that nice hit down the left field line, that double to get things started, or to start the inning, in the 2nd inning. So we have no communication with the umpire. The only thing we know is that we have a new pitcher. Not sure if they put Portillo anywhere else, and I haven't seen her anywhere else either. So looks like everybody else has remained the same.
And you see the umpire there communicating with the PA announcer right behind us. And I think he's going to let Coach Hinojosa, the members of the coaching staff, know what the changes are.
So now all the changes have been shared with the coaches and the people in the press box. So Katia Reyes comes up to the plate. Be the first batter that Tivoli will face. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, she got the outside corner there. Was very close.
So 0-1 to count to Katia Reyes. Swung on down the third base line, just foul. Good job there by Don Milborn to stick his foot out there and keep the ball close by and no one has to go chasing it into the corner.
Yeah, Cat was trying to go down the third base line where we mentioned earlier, a lot of room over there for the runners to round the bases.
That one way outside for ball one. And again, we've seen the catcher do that often where she'll ask for a pitch in the other batter's box. Swung on, fly ball to center field. And that one is off the fence. One run is going to score, and a runner going to third, and they got her. A good relay from Rodriguez to Good to Carter to get the runner at third base, and the pinch runner that came in for Jules Garcia.
We talk about the arm of Good there, and it took a perfect throw from short to third, and she delivered there to get the out there. Nice job by Good there. But the Lady Panthers of Weslaco are on the board, and I noticed that Lexi got a late jump there because she wasn't sure if it was going to be hit far enough or not, but did round third and scored.
Well, remember, the center fielder Rodriguez had a great catch not too long ago, so you can see the hesitation as to why, or maybe why they were hesitant in going right away. Mia Rodriguez now at the plate. You know, because that young lady, Caitlin Rodriguez, covers a lot of ground out there.
Yeah, absolutely. But you saw the relay from center to short, and then just Good delivering a great throw right on target to third base.
Outside, ball two.
But nevertheless, the Panthers are on the board, so it's 5-1, and the runner is at second base.
Katia Reyes at second base for the second time tonight, excuse me. That looked like a changeup, but that one was way outside for ball three. 3 balls, no strikes to the batter, Mia Rodriguez. She's 0 for 2 tonight.
A lot of room in the gaps.
Watches that one go by for strike one. So the count is 3 balls and a strike to Rodriguez.
Nice pitch there by the young lady.
Watches that one go by for strike 2.
And Rodriguez struck out looking in the 5th inning, so you wonder if she'll be a little more aggressive this time at the plate. As I see Coach Hinojosa at first base giving Mia some instructions.
So the count is full with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Runner at second in Katia Reyes. Swung on, fouled back. She remains alive with a full count. So we'll do 3-2 once again, Mike.
Yeah, we saw a lot of this last week. The Lady Panthers were able to get some clutch hitting. Can Mia deliver?
So 3-2, Katia will be moving. Swung on, grounder to the third baseman, picked up by Carter, fired to first for out number 3. The Lady Panthers do get one on that double to center field from Katia Reyes, but that's all that they could produce here in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-1, O'Connor on top. Due up for the O'Connor Lady Panthers in the bottom of the 6th inning is Ella Salinas, Harley Carter, and Trinity Lunsford. Salinas, 1 for 1 tonight. She has a single and a walk.
Right footer number 22, Ella Salinas.
First pitch missing for ball 1.
Yeah, Ella walked in the second and scored on that homer.
Second pitch missing low for ball 2.
Yeah, I was kind of watching Jules right now, just kind of motioning to stay calm a little bit.
That one is in there for strike 1, and it worked. And that's just the chemistry between those two, as we've mentioned throughout the season. They've been together for 6 years at least. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So nice job there by Kat, fighting back to even the count after falling behind 2-0.
So here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So great job by Katia to strike out the leadoff batter.
Yeah, how many does she have now? About 6 strikeouts, more or less?
5.
She's got 5.
6.
She's got 6, okay.
Yeah, she's got 6. You're right, Mike.
And it's,
I can't add. I only got one hand available.
yeah, and it started in the 3rd inning. So she's been the Cat that we've known the last 3 or 4 innings.
That's going to bring up Haley Carter. She's 1 for 2 tonight, but she had that home run. Swings at the first pitch. It's a fly ball. Out goes Escamilla, and she grabs it about 3 yards in the outfield for out number 2. So Carter going after that first pitch, hitting it high in the air. Escamilla doing a good job getting under it to make that out. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, we saw Escamilla move to her left side to make sure you talk about Lola with good range. So does Escamilla at shortstop. Outstanding shortstop for the Lady Panthers.
That'll bring the designated player, Trinity Lunsford. She too swings at the first pitch, but it's fouled back into the netting. Lunsford is 1 for 2 as well tonight. She has a double, and she was struck out her last time at the plate in the 4th inning.
Yeah, I think Katia has only 1 inning where she's retired the side in order. It'd be nice to get out of this one in the 6th inning with a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, the 1-2-3 inning that the Lady Panthers had was back in the 4th. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Trinity Lunsford. Swung on, fouled back. This one out of play. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I hear fan down there saying, 1 more, Katia, 1 more.
That's right. 2 outs, 1-2 count on Lunsford. Here comes the 1-2. That is in there for strike 3 and strikeout number 7. Mike, you asked for it. You got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for your Panthers. And we played 6 here in Cabinets Field in Corpus Christi. And at the end of 6, it's the San Antonio O'Connor Lady Panthers 5, your Lady Panthers of Weslaco 1. Top of the 7th inning, and your Lady Panthers will send Romy Nunez, Stacy Bautista, and Julie Rodriguez to the plate. Batters 6, 7, and 8. Romy Nunez is 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts.
And in the circle, it looks like it's still Tavali Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez still in the circle for the Lady Panthers of San Antonio O'Connor. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1.
So I know the rules are a little different in softball, but I believe she'll be credited with a save, correct? Being that she came in the sixth inning. So
yeah, she'll probably get the save, yes.
Yes. So it would be back-to-back games.
Yeah, I got to look that up. I apologize for not knowing that. But, yeah, you're right, Mike. I believe you are absolutely correct. Swung on to the shortstop. Good, picks it up. Fires it to first in the grass. And that is an error on the shortstop. Something very unorthodox of Good.
Yeah, you know, being that she's a Division I talent going to UT Austin, I don't know if she had too much confidence throwing the ball like that, making it look so easy and so routine. But Nunez had an opportunity to go to second on that play. The ball went all the way to the fence there, but I think Nunez was just so happy to get on board. So she did her job. She got on base, and then we're going to have a courtesy runner.
And that courtesy runner is going to be Kyra Sosa, another sophomore on this ball club. Stacy Bautista is next. She is 1 for 2 tonight, a double and a strikeout. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, who knows what happened to Good there. Maybe it's just the adrenaline, knowing that you only need 3 outs and you're just, really bubbling up on the inside. And sometimes you just get, maybe just hang on to it a little bit too long because that ball was thrown low. And sometimes that release point is lower than normal because you're just so hyped up, you're rushing it.
Yeah, Ella Gonzalez at first base could have made the play, but it would have been a very difficult play.
And again, they're playing on this rubber, so.
Right, that's another good point.
That pitch is low for ball 2. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Stacy Bautista.
And we saw her check her swing there, and great job taking the pitch. You wonder if Coach Rodriguez will be a little aggressive here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Or is he going to just depend on the hitters to put the ball in play and, see what unfolds?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to play small ball and try to advance them because you're down 4 runs, so you want to try to not force any outs. At least that would be my opinion here in this position. That pitch is low for ball 3, so the count is full.
Yeah, great stop there by the freshman behind the play, Dominguez.
That is strike 3. Bautista watches that one go by. And that'll bring up Julie Rodriguez, the left fielder.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Martinez. I think Bautista was expecting something else there. And Julie has walked and popped to second tonight.
Swings at the first pitch. Foul ball. 0-1 the count.
I want to let the viewers know, Joe, that we'll be back here tomorrow night for Game 2, same time, 7 p.m.
Swing and fouled back, strike 2. So 0-2 the count to Rodriguez. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Lady Panthers down 5-1. Elizabeth Craig on deck. Outside, ball 1. So 1-2 count to Rodriguez. Foul. That might stay in play, but it does, and it falls safely as the left fielder, Sanchez, can't get to it. It was tailing, so I wasn't too sure from where I'm seated if it was going to go out of play or not, but it did stay in the field of play. But the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Julie did take a good whack at it.
So here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the first base is occupied, so no deal there. And that'll bring up Elizabeth Craig. Elizabeth Craig is 0 for 2 tonight. 2 flyouts, 1 to the catcher behind the plate, and 1 to center field.
Yeah, Martinez took something off of that pitch there because Julie was chasing and got too far ahead and struck out swinging.
First pitch missing low for ball 1. O'Connor wanted that one. You heard that crowd. And they're all on their feet now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. As their team is up 5-1. Outside, ball 2.
If Craig could get on base, then we'll have the top of the lineup. When with 2 outs, just somehow, some way, you just want to get on base.
Yeah, Craig, another one of those sophomores on this ball club. Swung on, fouled into the O'Connor dugout. You saw them jump back. And the count is now 2 balls and a strike. Martinez wants it checked out as the backing in behind the home plate between the dugouts is actually stone. So if it hits hard, it's going to nick up that softball. So I'm pretty sure she wanted that one checked out before she got it back. 2-1 count to Elizabeth Craig. Inside, she swings at it, and that's fouled almost to the same spot.
So 2-2 with 2 outs. O'Connor trying to get game 1 under its belt.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's gonna do it. Game 1 in the Elite 8 round of the high school softball playoffs goes to San Antonio Connor. They defeat your Lady Panthers by a score of 5-1. I want to thank Vinny Berry for the great camera work. Adrian De Leon doing the great job on the computer, keeping us going as much as possible, but getting the graphics going. Mike Gonzalez, I am Joe Aguilar saying good night from Cabinets Field, where the San Antonio O'Connor Lady Panthers defeat the Lady Panthers of Weslaco 5-1. We'll be back tomorrow night for Game 2 in this best-of-3 series right here at Cabinets Field at 7 p.m. Hope to see you then. Have a great night.